Eminem is here. Habits. Let's talk about it. How y'all doing? Welcome to Let's Talk About It Music Review Season 9. I'm back with another gosh darn dang episode. Today we got a good show for you because Eminem has finally dropped his new album, The Death of Slim Shady. Already it's a very cheap cash grab that I've called out on the first song, the first single that came out. I definitely called that out as soon as I saw it. Oh, cash grab 100%, which I don't understand. I don't understand how, rich, successful people still manage to do cash grab type stunts like this. It makes no sense, and it's honestly pretty annoying, to be honest with you. Now, last night I listened to the whole album, and we're going to be doing an album review. I got some thoughts. I got a lot of thoughts to say. On one hand, is this Eminem having more fun, or is this just Eminem just cash grabbing 30-year-olds that, think Eminem is still the GOAT or Eminem's back, yay, hooray, I don't know. I don't know. But, anyways, enough about that, alright? Enough about the whole entire album, alright? We're going to do some track reviews throughout the weekend and the week. And yeah, here's a few. We're going to do a few track reviews, but you will see probably my album review pretty soon. Anyways, I just got done listening to Eminem, Habits. It's one of I think the second, third songs of the album. And let's give my review on it. So, I got a couple of points I want to get off my chest before we start. Now, first point I want to get off my chest. Now, with this album, this is one of the second songs off the album. With that being said, already this is feeling very, very, very forced. Alright? Look, I'm not going to sit here, and complain at Eminem like I do with Tom MacDonald with these cringy, edgy lyrics, because that's supposed to be the theme of the album. Old Eminem's back, or something like that. So all the edgy lyrics and stuff like that's supposed to be back, But I'm not gonna lie, it really does get tiring hearing the same edgy lyrics. And what do I mean by that? I mean, to be honest with you, the first half of this album, I swear to God, the only thing this man complains about most of the time is pronouns. It complains about pronouns most of the time, to be honest with you. And, I would say, oh, ha ha ha, that's a funny thing to complain about. Oh, you have to, use this or use this to whatever, But it just gets really tiring when it's like, is this the only, edgy thing you can talk about? Is this, there's plenty of things you could talk about. There's plenty of things you can make jokes about. I don't know why rappers, rappers, like Tom MacDonald or whatever, and it shames me. It shames me to be, having to talk about Tom MacDonald or Dax or somebody when I'm talking about new Eminem. But that's the world we're in now, it's kind of crazy that how new Eminem really has fallen into that kind of older audience that if you say something like this, oh, they're gonna make your song go number one. And honestly, it just gets really tiring because, to be honest with you, nobody's gonna cancel you for using different pronouns or whatever. It really is not that serious, and that's kind of the whole concept in the beginning. And that's one of the things that the beginning half of the album that just gets really, really, really tiring. It's like, can you talk about something else? There's plenty of things to talk about. So many things, a lot of celebrities and stuff like that are getting called out for. Hollywood. There's just so many things that you can talk about that just talk about pronouns. Now, second point too, I will say this though. The second point, I really like the beat. The beat's pretty good. It's got this kind of dark kind of vibe to it, and the trap beat, the trap fused with kind of the old beat, it really hits home, and I really enjoy that. All right, that's all I want to get off my chest before we start this. Let's talk about Eminem Habits. Let's talk about the beat. The beat's pretty good. It's a fuse with kind of modern kind of trap beats and older rap beats. Now, to be honest with you, even though it's a fuse of these two things, it's not really doing too much for me where I'm like, this is a fire beat, I enjoy this. But for what it is, it's pretty good. I like this beat, and the beat hits pretty hard. It has a nice vibe to it. Oh, let's talk about the hook. You know, this is kind of a weird thing that I've thought I've never had to really say, but I guess it makes sense because a lot of new Eminem songs have this problem. They rely on the hooks way too much. What do I mean by that? How do you rely on a hook too much? Well, when your verses are only like 10, 20, 30 seconds long and the hook is being played 4 or 5 times in the song, first of all, it drags out the length of the song, and it's not and it doesn't drag out the length, and it makes it good. You know, there's songs that can drag out the length, but it's good. All right, it's a good thing to drag it out to add more to it. But if the only thing you can drag out is the hook being played like 4 or 5 times, it immediately bumps your song down, to be honest with you, and it just kind of makes it a really unenjoyable, very uninspiring experience. It's like, what are you doing this for, you know? You know, if you can only say a couple of things for like 10 seconds and then you need a hook to be played 3 or 4 times in the song, why are you making the song? It's obvious you don't have enough content to even give it your all in this song. You know what I'm saying? It just drives me insane. And, you know, I was complaining about this the last review. Somebody Save Me, all right? Now, I was very sleep deprived. I was very, just listening to the album. And I gave Somebody Save Me a fair shake because it's the last song of the album. And it does have that kind of old, kind of Eminem feel to it. But, as I say, that it is very reliant on the hook. The hook, I swear to God, is played 4 to 5 times. And it's really unenjoyable, and that's why I couldn't even give it an 8 out of 10 or a 9 out of 10, because why in the Lord would I give it that one and you can't even give decent material throughout the whole song? You know, it just throws it off completely. And that's the problem with what happens. The hook is overused way too much, and it's just like this very commercial type hook. And it's played through the whole song over and over again. Why would you rely on such a simple, such a dumb hook? Yeah, it just makes no sense. Alright, let's talk about the verses. The first verse was pretty alright. The flow and flow switches were hitting pretty hard. Eminem sounded pretty good. Though I will say though, the first verse is way too long, and this is a problem with new Eminem that I've been trying to tell people. You know, you can say your music's complex, you can say you have all of these bars and all this stuff, but I'm not going to open Genius. I'm not going to open up a dictionary to just go over one Eminem verse. I'm not that type of guy, and most of these people are not that type of guy. I'm sorry, you know? And it kind of shames me that a lot of the new Eminem sound throughout this album is just verses being overdone. You know, it's either his verses are too short and they add nothing, or they're too long and it just gets overcomplicated, and I start to lose it. I start to lose the song. You know, it's just very important. It's just very disappointing. It got pretty stale. It gets pretty stale very fast, and especially when you're doing it in a monotone voice. Why is this a thing? Why does it feel like you put no energy, no nothing into the song, and you just it's just uninspiring. You know, it's obvious that you didn't put it all into the song when you're just doing the same monotone voice. And hey guys, look at me, I'm throwing in 50, 100 words each time I put a line. Okay, you can put 100 words, you can put 1,000 words into a verse. It doesn't make it good. It doesn't make it enjoyable to listen to. It doesn't make that, because I can tell you did not put your heart in that at all. Oh my Lord, it just drives me absolutely insane. And then he just kept doing the same flow over and over again. And it was just getting more complex with his words and saying stuff and just saying stuff over and over again to obviously get another community, a lefter side of the community, riled up. That's the intention. Tom McDonald loves doing that stuff. But it's disappointing, honestly, because you can throw as many words you want, but if it doesn't make sense, like, why? Now, let's talk about the second verse. The second verse lost me. Eminem has this problem where he'll just keep going and going and going and going, and you just lose him. I just lose him. All right, he just kept throwing and throwing these words, and it just dragged on way too long. You know, if this is edgy Eminem, I don't want him. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna be edgy, if you're gonna put these lyrics and stuff like that, be edgy. All right, do something different. But this just feels like. But when you're just doing it and just in a monotone voice and not really putting your heart or anything into it, it's just like, what am I listening to? This song shouldn't have been almost 5 minutes long. It wasn't necessary. It just felt like he was trying and trying to throw this, throw that. Hey, you get mad. Hey, hello. Can you hear what I'm saying? Are you getting mad? Cancel me. Like, it just felt like that the whole time. And it's just very whatever. It's obviously, it sucks. The song sucks. Overall, I'll give it a 2 out of 10. That's how I feel about it. It's whatever. Kind of a disappointing start to the album. And yeah, what'd you think about it? Did you love it? Did you hate it? I don't know. Let me know. Thank you so much for listening. I'll see y'all later. You'll have a good one. Bye.